We live off-grid, meaning we use the power of the sun to charge our onboard batteries, which we then run our appliances off. It's a very freeing feeling to create and store your own energy independently, and means we can sail to more remote places in the world. We had heard Anchorage rumours about how lithium had changed the cruising game, but we had just replaced our batteries last year, and whilst we dreamed about not having to turn our inverter off at night, or being able to use our electric hob after 5 PM, we were getting by okay. That was until this happened.
So Becca, what's going on?
Wow. As always, boats can throw curved balls at the moments you least expect it, but last night at around, I think it was about 3 AM, I was awoken to a really awful smell, and it smelled like the boat was on fire. It literally smelled like the boat was on fire.
It was sulphury as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was sulphury, but like the smell of something being really hot. And I ran around and I found out, I opened the battery cupboard and the charger had a red failure light on it and was blisteringly hot. And so was one of the batteries we got last year. So basically when energy has no place to go, it turns into heat. And with sealed batteries like AGMs, they don't usually gas off, but the fact they were means that something was really, really wrong. Looking on our smart shunt, which is our Victron monitoring gadget, basically the battery current was just going up and up and up and up and up, just exponentially. And the voltage, I'll show you, it's a really interesting chart. Red line is the voltage and the blue line is current. So you can see that they were having a moment together. And what we think has happened is we picked up this Phoenix Victron charger last year from eBay, pretty cheap. And it was a little bit janky when we got it, to be honest. It rattled a bit and it got a bit hot.
I think someone had abused it a little bit in a previous life it had.
Yeah, and I don't remember hooking up temperature sensors to it. Not sure whether that was my fault or whether they didn't come with it, whether it was an older one. I'm not quite sure what the issue was.
I think it's a combination of a few things, isn't it? It's that, and then it could also be the shore power on the moment. Most
smart chargers should take the brunt for a surge in voltage. However, maybe it didn't, but as a result, the battery below it has taken a hit and is still really, really hot. And
it's cooled down a bit now. Becca's safe being where she is.
Yeah, I'm safe now. Might not have been safe had we left it overnight and I had not woken up. So feeling pretty lucky. Well, I don't know about lucky. It could have been fine, but feeling quite grateful that we did wake up and sort it out. Good job.
Oh my god, look at it.
Yeah. You got it.
It's liquid.
Okay, then look, let's just get this off.
Liquid coming out. Okay. What do you think about the battery state? Silence.
Okay. It is very full still.
This cat is being really annoying right now.
No, don't touch the battery. No, I'm not giving you cuddles. I'm stopping you from touching.
Psst, go on, psst, go away, go away. Psst. It's still buggered though.
It's fine, Zach, let's work it back on.
Look at it. Look how swollen that is.
This was a pretty scary experience, and we're counting our lucky stars that it didn't end worse than it did. However, it kicked us into doing a ton of research about how we want our new system to look. We settled on going lithium really quickly due to the smaller and lighter battery size, quicker charging times and more usable power. But we also wanted the safest option for us and Tay-Lee. We actually got recommended Battleborn batteries by some other cruising friends due to how fail-safe they are with the built-in battery management system. This means they are protected from high and low voltages, extreme hot and cold temperatures, short circuits and other common causes of battery failure, all of which we were now slightly concerned about. Plus, they are lithium iron phosphate, which is the more stable chemistry, making them the safest lithiums on the market. Another tick in our box. Andale, andale.
Andale, andale, andale. Ooh.
It's bloody massive.
Bit of a beast, isn't it?
It is.
This is our new inverter charger. So this is going to replace 2 units that are currently in there. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it does. As you can see, this one is a lot bigger, and that's mainly because it's obviously the charger and the inverter, but it's also the 3000 watt inverter, which is going to make a world of difference for us. At the moment we have the 1200 watt one, which is okay. We can get by on it by just having certain things working at once. For example, if we use the kettle, we can't have the computer on. If we use the blender, we can do it with the microwave, but we can't do the microwave and the kettle, or there's just...
The induction hob, we can only use 1 ring at full power.
Yeah, things like that.
The hot water heater we can't use at all at the moment.
We can use it for 5 minutes to get it tepid, and then it cuts out. But the point is, we have to think about what we have on at once, which is fine, but when you have people stay, you have to kind of explain that actually, if I'm working, you can't be doing your blow drying your hair. I don't know.
Or you can't put the kettle on.
You can't put the kettle on.
It'll probably trip the inverter and turn off the computer.
So this thing is going to be the thing that absolutely saves us, and we're so happy and excited to be adding this to Tay-Lee.
We've got another MPPT as well. It's the same size as the one we've currently got, but we really wanted to have some redundancy.
As you all know, we power the boat solely by solar. Right now, obviously, we're on hookup because we've turned our stern solar panel on top of our bow one, so we don't have any power at all right now. But usually, we never plug into marinas, and we are completely off-grid all the time. And we actually rely on this thing for absolutely everything. This is a charge controller, so it basically...
Well, we've got the alternator as well, but...
We don't want to run our engine really, but this is essentially for 99% of our power for our... Well, for all the power for our domestic really. But for those who don't know, a charge controller takes the sun's energy from the panels and converts it into usable energy. And if you don't have this, you'll just keep harvesting energy and more power, and you'll blow your batteries up, and yeah, we don't want that. So this thing is vital if you have solar.
And then this is the new DC to DC charger, so we need this because our alternator can't charge our lithium batteries without one of these. It will just not work, or blow it up or break something. Basically a battery to battery charger, so the alternator will charge the engine batteries, and then the engine batteries will charge the lithium via this DC to DC charger. So yeah, excited about this. Right, let's unbox the real deal, the batteries. Oh yeah, oh, they're so much smaller. It says, get out there, stay out there. Before we get installed in the new gear, we're going to have to get the old bits out first. The MVPT is like stuck to the wall. It's really stuck. Didn't need to be bolted. It's because when we were doing the cupboard, we were in a bit of a rush and we didn't wait for the paint to fully dry, so I think it stuck itself in there. Maybe this will help. It's off. Oh my gosh. With a bit of the wall. Oh my gosh, the wall came with it! The wood came with it! It's really stuck on there. Bloody hell. There you go. Did it come off? Yeah. Oh, my elbow. Are you okay? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, the MPPT has left its mark on the cupboard forever. We're also going from 4 batteries to 8 batteries in the same space. So we need to cut and install an extra shelf. Looking good, Zach. Yeah. Really good. Another shelf. Nice. Does it fit? Perfectly. This one's Zach. This is the right way around. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's sick. Becca? Yeah? What are you doing? I am filling holes. Do you want to come out of the hole? Because I can't hear you. I'm filling holes with wood filler. Why? So we can prep and paint the walls tomorrow morning for the battery cupboard, which we're very excited. It
maybe quarter to 10 at night, but it's not the point.
It's like 10. It's actually 10.
Well, that's not the point. The point is, this is going to be done in the morning.
We were just on some friends' boats, that's why Becca doesn't look all bilge ratty at the moment.
So, yeah, got to do what you got to do.
But the extra cupboard's in there.
So I've just made a template and I've drawn around on the shelves in our battery cupboard because right now Zach's about to cut some nice rectangles out of each of the shelves, and you may be thinking, why on earth are we doing that? And all will become clear in a second. Let me just get a light so I can show you. Ta-da! It's looking pretty swish, look at that. Really happy with it, but they say that with lithiums you want to just get a really good airflow. We have this vent down here at the moment, but we're going to add a fan here, and if these shelves are flush against this, there's going to be no point even having it. So just to get some better airflow, we have drawn these templates on each shelf. Zach will cut it out, and yeah, we'll get some good circulation going in there. I'm adding a coat of bilge paint, which is our favourite paint in the world, to the battery cupboard because it's looking a bit rugged. One lick of paint on. It's been a bit tricky the last few days not having power when we're in such a hot country, and it's made us realise that when this project is done, just how much easier our lives will be. It's something that you do just take for granted in a house, but having pretty much unlimited power on a boat, obviously within reason it's not unlimited, but it's a lot better than we have had. Sorry, the cat's meowing behind. I know, you're trying to talk! It will just make a world of difference, like to not have fans on. There's a plane. To not have fans on and running water and internet and I don't know, just simple things, lights. It's tough, and yeah, batteries are important. Batteries are very important. Luckily, a good friend of ours in the yard, Marika, on a catamaran called Moana, she brought us a cold drink earlier, which was so nice because we have no fridge. We literally have no cold anything on the boat, so yeah, that was really nice. A proper pick me up. Just try to stay positive in this time, and I know it'll be really worth it once we've done it all. What are you up to?
We are hopefully about to mount our new Victron Multi Plus. Just been trying to figure out space for it, and I think we've got a little bit of real estate here that can just about fit it.
Nice. It looks again like you're naked. It always looks like you're naked in the engine room.
Yeah. I'm not. I am wearing black shorts.
Nice, is it on?
Yeah.
Looks good.
Huzzah!
With all the gizmos and gadgets mounted, it was time to lift the batteries in. I'd also been working hard the last few days drawing up the wiring diagram. It went from this to this, and I'm pretty happy with it.
It's pretty good. It's really good.
Thank you. And chatting to the Battleborn technical team about how to make the setup super safe and super efficient. One of the biggest things we want to do is try and make the system as simple as possible. And last year the system was simple for us at the time and worked for us. However, since getting other things like a DC to DC charger, we can actually get rid of some things that we now don't need. So one of those things is that black switch. You remember that switch from Porto when I explained what it did? We actually found out earlier that it's from 1997?
1992.
Yeah, which is before we were born. So yeah, crazy. It did really well until I short-circuited the LED light on the smart switch. So it wasn't that great through the year. There was pretty bad connections in it, and that's why we ended up stopping using it for turning our engine on. So yeah, we have said farewell to it for now. It's going in our spares as a spare switch should we need to install it at some point. But in the meantime, I'm just getting rid of some redundant wiring and one of those is the common positive between the switches. So yeah, it's a good feeling getting rid of some kind of wires that just cause clutter.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. So I'm just in the engine room and I'm going through our main supply. We're fully disconnected and I'm just writing labels on everything to get a good understanding again of where the power comes into the boat and where it needs to go. And we can remove our ship to shore switch now because this multi-plus does it all for us automatically, which is really quite nice.
It was a great feeling simplifying the system, but we were still waiting on the wiring and fuses that we had ordered from the US. So now it's time to secure the batteries in.
I have just sewn the 3 webbing connectors onto these bits of webbing, and yeah, they hopefully should go in the battery cupboard now and secure our batteries in place.
Lovely. 3 belt. And add a fan in the cupboard door for airflow. Annoyingly, we don't have a drill bit big enough to make the hole that big, so I'm going to use a little one, go around the inside of the hole, knock it out, and then just sand the inside until we meet the line that Becca drew. So it's going to take a bit of time, but it'll work.
Everything we ordered from the States has now arrived, which is such good news. We've got 2 of these buzz bars, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Blue Sea fuse holders and some A&L fuses, all different sizes. We've got this Victron battery switch, we've got a butt ton of lugs. Actually, that's not even all of them. We got these and we got these. And most excitingly of all, we have the wiring. So we have 25 foot of 6 gauge red. We have 25 gauge of 6 gauge, 25 foot of 6 gauge black, and then we have 25 foot of 2 gauge, which is 70 millimeters, and we've got 50 foot down there of 70 millimeters. So yeah, it's been a really interesting experience, learning feet and learning AWG, which is gauge. We are used to meters and we're used to millimeters squared for wiring sizes. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a learning curve, but I think we've just about got there. I just brought up the circuit diagram and I forgot that I went on and added all the individual lugs to the wiring runs. Obviously last year we were just up the road from the wiring shop where we could, you know, if we forgot some lugs we could just go back. But this time we were ordering from the States and this was apparently the only way I could figure it out. So yeah, if that doesn't tell you what kind of visual learner I am, I don't know what does, but it's just kind of funny, isn't it? We've just crimped one of these lugs on, and actually we wanted to give a quick shout out to our friend Reese on a boat called Zora. Some of you might have seen him on YouTube. He refitted a sick purpley blue steel sailboat called Zora, and yeah, his videos were well worth checking out. But anyway, he dropped around his crimper, which is awesome. So now we're in the battery cupboard and we're determined to crimp till the cows come home.
When you don't have a heat gun, oven's normally pretty good.
If anyone knows a super fast way to strip the insulation off the wire, please let us know. Obviously with the smaller wires you can use that tool, but there's probably a tool to be fair for bigger.
There is a tool.
But
we don't really need it.
no, we don't.
Why are you painting that red?
Well, good question. This is a positive buzz bar, so usually they're red, and in the UK we found red ones everywhere. And since we've left, I haven't found a red one. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place, but this is, yeah, a positive one, and I want to make sure that we never mistake it for a negative.
How's it going, Becca?
Feeling a bit exhausted. We've been doing at this for 2 days. Getting there. Trying to keep up the morale and everything. We're just mounting the buzz bars now.
Ta-da!
What was that for?
The smart shunt, because it's right at the back of the cupboard and there's batteries in the way, so there's just about no other way I can do that.
Smart shunt is mounted. We need to run this wire to the buzz bar, and this wire goes to the negative of the battery, and then we need to connect this little wire to the positive. I'm really hoping this one will reach. It's one of the older wires, it's 25mm and it's the flexy new one, so I really wanted to reuse it for the positive engine room buzz bar, but last time it didn't have to go nearly as far, so yeah, crossing my fingers that's going to reach up here and fit. You know that SpongeBob time transition, like 2 seconds later? That's what I thought of. Awesome. That's a lot quicker, isn't it?
It's a lot quicker.
Awesome. Perfect. It's pretty late now. It's dark outside. Still crimping, but just want to get this done. And even if just the fridge is going to come on, because we've got food shopping in there and we just want it to keep cool. So we're kind of cracking on until we finish. So this is the inside of the Multi Plus. This is the battery minus, and this is the battery positive, and this is AC in and 2 AC outs. We're gonna wire up the batteries today, and we're actually not gonna wire up our shore power for now because we want to add breakers. So yeah, it used to go to the consumer unit, which used to break the supply anyway, but we aren't doing that this way because it's a Multi Plus. So essentially, before we can get breakers, we're just going to use it as an inverter. We don't really hook up to shore power anyway, so we'll add that at a later stage and it should be totally fine. The biggest thing is just getting the batteries live and the inverter, the plugs working basically.
Whilst we're hooking this up, I thought I'd tell you about how many amp hours we went for. We filled up Battleborn's battery system calculator, which showed us that using around 8.9 kilowatts if we were running all of our appliances at once. This would never happen, but we wanted wiggle room for extra gadgets along the way, so we settled for 800 amp hours. This wouldn't double our usable power, it would almost quadruple it, which was really going to be a game changer for us.
So you can see how we kind of line up how long we want the cable. We put the lug on, we line the cable up with where the lug will be crimped on, and we use this tape. And now this wasn't intentional, but this is actually teak deck seam tape. We ended up buying, I don't know, like 20 rolls of it for our deck, and we started using it and wanted to test it out a bit and found out that the bits we used it in, the sealant just came up so much quicker. So yeah, we decided to stop using it, and now we just have a load of this really random skinny kind of flimsy tape around. So it's actually worked really well for marking up how long we want our battery cabling. This is the last one to be crimped. Now we have the consumer unit wired in. That's going to the inverter into AC out 1, and we have battery negative, battery positive. They're all tight and great. Just finished installing everything. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We just wired in the fan and this little battery control switch thing. Basically, when it gets to a certain temperature, it will turn on the fan. I feel really confident what we have done. We've done a lot, but there's always an ounce of you which was a little bit nervous when you're about to turn on some electrics, new electrics. So
do it.
Yeah, right, you ready? Don't surprise me.
Go on.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to look at the inverter and stuff?
Yeah, nothing's happening, which is what we want. Let's just check the Victron app first. Okay, we're not using any watts, but should we just test the lights before we turn the inverter on?
Yeah, sure.
So I'll just turn them on at the control panel.
Okay.
Okay, now the big one, the inverter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait.
Inverter on. The plugs are on! Okay, I'm gonna turn the switch on. Ah, it works! Zach, we did it!
Should I put some load in it?
Yeah, popped up. We did it.
Yeah. Sweet.
Another huge upgrade done. You have no idea how excited we are to get out there and stay out there. See you next week.